Hello GOALSIDE fans, what's up? There was a huge impact on the games due to lack of technology. There were countless errors because there was no technological intelligence involved whatsoever. This also turned the tables in many matches, and we got unexpected results showing up in the end. Now, it is very vital that, in such huge events like the Premier League, there is no decision or victory and celebration based on some referee's error, and, with the amount of money that this industry holds, there is indeed a need for a technological alternative to aid the decision-making process. The introduction of the VAR in the world of football is reasonable and understandable, and now that it's been introduced, we see quite many changes that it has brought to the game. The Video Assistant Referee, or VAR, has changed football more than you know. The introduction of the VAR by the Executive Committee of UEFA last December in Dublin for the knockout stages of the Champions League that season encouraged and led to the greatest event to ever happen in the history of Etihad. Once, the entire project of Manchester City got off its track because the VAR intervened and nullified Raheem Sterling's goal in injury time. It indeed did make Pep Guardiola's evening tasteless and ruined it entirely for him. And not just this, but it also raised too many questions about his strategy against the then upcoming quarter-final showdown versus Spurs, especially his decision of benching Kevin De Bruyne and Leroy Sané on the brink of the first leg. It had indeed been long, in fact 8 long years, since Pep had won his team a Champions League. And while the fans and the whole football world is waiting for that to happen, people are questioning whether or not is there a special someone who can reciprocate Pep's plans on papers on the field too. Pep was okay with his loss and had all his reservations under control about the VAR, ruling Raheem Sterling's goal out until the referee got on his nerve because of his decision for Spurs' goal. That was where the anomalies in the VAR were properly highlighted. In a more in-depth way, if you see analytically further, that decision involving Raheem Sterling has brought change to almost everything. There has been a noticeable change in the ways players behave after scoring a goal. They will now normally see to check whether or not has the linesman flagged before going crazy and all wild celebrating. Poor Manchester City, who thought that they had made their way to the semi-finals, was left all shattered as they realised that their goal got ruled out by the VAR. The game has changed a lot. It is not like how it previously used to be, due to many factors. However, the drastic change brought on by the introduction of the VAR has proven to be the most decisive in terms of revolutionising the game. The VAR has also added more and more drama that is seen when a decision is referred to the VAR. All this makes the sight, the sense, and the heat more worthwhile. Referees chief Mike Riley once unravelled that out of 5, at least 1 call made by the referees were incorrect. Well, the VAR is aimed to reduce these errors, but I do not advocate that it will, and nor will the controversies that may follow be reduced. Anything that reduces errors will be good, and clubs were noted demanding the VAR, and here we are. And partly the TV companies also demanded for the VAR. The VAR makes the view and the experience more immense, detailed, and in-depth. This is a very positive thing for the fans, as they can now get more insight on what is going on the pitch from their comfortable sofas. With that being introduced, not just the referees and scorers are acting as judges, but the audience and the TV audience will comment more now that they have access to a better version of the view of the field. When a decision is referred to the VAR, the stadium audience is enabled to give the replay a clearer look. That opens a heated debate amongst the fans about whether was it a potential handball or a possible offside. The fans often go crazy and end up quarrelling. The beauty of the game is that the sentiments are at peak and fans do love their clubs or teams wholeheartedly. Well, I do strongly advocate in favour of using the VAR, but I do think that there is a need for some changes to make things a lot less controversial than they currently are. Unlike cricket or tennis, the VAR in football watches everything from a minute tackle or a challenge to a potential yellow or red card to every goal that gets scored in the game. This may not seem necessary to many of you since it slows the game down, but on a brighter side, the game gets more fair, better, and more improved.